Write an equation in standard form for the line that goes through the point 3, 4 and has a slope of 2. So here we're trying to write the equation of a line in standard form. Well, let's go ahead and first recall what standard form is. That way we know what our answer will look like. Standard form is one of the forms that we can use to write the equation of a line. It looks like this: ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are constants and a is not negative. Now let's take a look at what we've been given. Well, we have a point that sits on our line and we have the slope of our line. Well, if we have a point and the slope of our line, it may be helpful to first take our information and use the point slope form for an equation. First, take our information and write it in point slope form. Then we can change it into standard form to get our answer. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Point slope form of a line is another way that we can write an equation of a line. It looks like this. We have y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. In this form, x sub 1 comma y sub 1 is a point on our line, and m is the slope of the line. Now we actually have that information. We have a point on our line, 3, 4. So if we write that point, we can see that our x-coordinate is 3, so that is x sub 1. And our y-coordinate is 4, so that's y sub 1. If we take a look, our slope is 2. So m is equal to 2. Let's take this information and plug it in to the point slope form for an equation. So here we have y minus y sub 1, which is 4, and then m, our slope, which is 2, times x minus x sub 1. X sub 1 is 3, so we have x minus 3. Perfect. Now we have an equation for our line, but it's in point slope form, and we want it in standard form to get our answer. So we need to take this equation and rewrite it so it's in standard form. If we can do that, we will have our answer. Well, in order to be in standard form, we need our x term and our y term to be on the same side, and our constant to be on the other. That's not what we have here, but we can rewrite this so that it is like that. Well, let's see. It may be helpful to take this 2 and distribute it in to the set of parentheses. So let's do that first. We rewrite this side, and we take 2 times x and get 2x, take 2 times negative 3, and we get negative 6. Great. Now let's get the x and y term on this side and the constants on the other. Well, we don't want this constant over here. We need it on the other side. So let's move it. Since we're subtracting this 4, to move it to the other side, we use the addition property of equality to add it to both sides. When we do, we just get y over on the left, and over on the right we have 2x, and negative 6 plus a 4 would give us a negative 2. Great. Now we need to take this x term and move it to the other side so that it follows this standard form. Well, to do that, we can subtract 2x from both sides, following the subtraction property of equality. When we do, we get negative 2x plus y on the left and just negative 2 on the right. Great! So now we have our x and y terms on one side and our constant on the other. But we're not yet fully in standard form. Remember, this a cannot be negative, and that's exactly what we have. So we need to change the sign of that term. One of the ways to do that is to divide both sides by negative 1. Dividing by negative 1 will change the sign of each term, and we want to make sure to do it to everything. Well, when we do this, negative 2x becomes a positive 2x, positive y becomes negative y, and on the right, negative 2 becomes positive 2. So we end up with 2x minus y equals 2. It looks like we now have our equation in standard form. 2x minus y equals 2. If we compare that to standard form, we have ax plus by equals c. So that means a is equal to 2, b is equal to negative 1, and c is equal to 2. So we do indeed have our equation for our line written in standard form. We have the answer we were looking for.